Hey, what's up? Happy June 21st. It's actually Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Troy Rawlings here. Troy Rawlings Live. This is a special edition of Troy Rawlings Live. I'm adding little additions just in case I missed you. And last Thursday I wasn't with you guys because I was healing up. Sometimes healing up is just sleep. But I wanted to make sure I did another piece because Thursday I wanted to talk about love. Now, love specifically, like what is love, the definition of love. So, hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? So welcome. Thank you for joining me. If you're joining live, if you're catching it later, thank you for catching it later. As you know, I'm doing this 5 days a week, 52 weeks, talking about love. And the whole month of June, I'm talking about self-love. And I'm doing it because part of my mission, one of my missions in life is to help men and women communicate better in love. And the mystic music you hear in the back is just the Zen music I do so I can do my quick breathing and say a quick prayer and we can get into it, okay? I'm not going to be with y'all long today. I'm really sounding like it's not a religious broadcast, so I'm going it's just me sharing how I share to me. And what's up, Sean? Sharing how I share to me, talking about love. And today I want to talk about what is love, a working definition of love. Because even though the month of June I'm talking about self-love, some of y'all may not know what love is, or might not have a working definition of love. Or when you think about love, because I know, because I've talked to friends and people that talk about it like this. You think about love, you think about something sexual with a partner, with relation, your intimate other, your spouse, maybe your children, your family. But when I talk about loving yourself, you're like, what's that? So we're gonna get into it this morning. Let's breathe. It's not breath work. Well, it's a work to breathe. Let's just breathe. All right, we're gonna breathe real quick. All right, relax your shoulders. Please don't close your eyes if you're driving or if you're walking with this phone in your hand. You shouldn't be walking looking at the phone. All right. You're gonna inhale. Deep inhale through your nose. Try to fill your diaphragm, like your stomach area, not just your chest. Inhale. Love, peace, joy. Exhale. Fear, doubt, anger, resentment. Inhale. Love, joy, happiness. Exhale. All the junk that ain't that. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Hey. And like I said, once again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Let me see something. I wasn't gonna do birthday. I'm from Baltimore, so sometimes. Oh, let me lubricate the chassis. Yeah? Y'all the first people I talked to this morning, even though it's 10:48 here on the West Coast, 1:48 p.m. on the East Coast. What's going on? Happy Father's Day to everybody. If you're just tuning in, happy Father's Day. Quick birthday shout outs. Who I got today? It's gonna decide if I want to do the birth. Yeah, I'm gonna do some of these. This is my people. Hey, Karen Lee, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Karen Lee. My man Lawrence Saunders that has what's the name of your network? I'm sorry. Outcast Food Network in Baltimore. Him and his wife have an amazing food network. Not just a pantry, not just feeding. They feed and take care of the homeless. Happy birthday, Lawrence Saunders. Happy birthday, Teresa Davis. How are you? Oh, Tamara Wells. Happy birthday, girl. Tamara, happy birthday. Kim Bumgardner. Happy birthday, Nurse Kim. Joanne Smith Giles. Happy birthday, Joe. And Takoya Farrakhan. Happy birthday, Sister Farrakhan. My man Jeffrey Clark's birthday was yesterday. Or, no, was it yesterday? Is this from today? No, what's today? The 21st? It's 21st. Jeffrey, your birthday was the 19th. Happy birthday, Jeffrey. Jeffrey Clark. Happy birthday, my brother. Jeffrey, good friend, good dude. He also referred me to one of my printers here in Los Angeles, if you're a book author, not only should you go through your publishing process, but you want a local printer too. Make sure you got a local printer. Make sure you own your ISBN. That's a whole nother thing. If you're thinking about writing a book, you need to DM me, because I have a whole nother course for that. Anyway. Chili, PA. Am I saying that right? Chili, PA. What it do? And down here, if you come in and I don't recognize your screen name, you can always give your real name. And if your father, say I'm a father, and I'm going to say, Happy Father. I'm going to stop everything I'm doing and just yell out, Happy Father's Day. What's up, Diamond Key? All right, y'all. Let's get to it. And let's get rid of the Zen music. I'm already zenned out. I mean, zenned in. I'm already zenned in. Like, tuned in. Shout out to my girl, Jennifer Hunt, who's been putting together, I know y'all, it's backwards on here, but it's my Carpe MFDM. She's been putting together some merch for me to look at. My amazing water mug, the coffee and cup. Shout out to coffee this morning. Shout out to coffee. We're going to take a moment for saying shout out. Thank you, baby. Shout out to some coffee. Lord, Lord, Lord. All right. Once again, happy Sunday, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. We're going to dive in for the month of June, all month, 5 days a week. I try to come to you 5 days a week. And we are on the 21st day. Hey, what's going on? France, are you in France? Cree? What's going on, young lady? Are you in France? Let me make sure I'm saying it right. Shout out to Chapstick. If I get any sponsor, I need to get Chapstick. I'm going to start working on a Chapstick sponsorship. Hello. How are you overseas? Are you in France? Paris? France? Italy? Thank you for the hat. Is that what it? Bon feet, papa. Is that something sexy, or is that Happy Father's Day? Happy Daddy Day to you. Oh, thank you. I don't know the language. I'd be saying, y'all can put a different language up here and I read it. And I'm like, oh, bon feet, papa. And somebody like, yo, stop saying that. I'm like, oh. A strong and cool daddy. Thank you so much. And yo, thank you for all the Father's Day wishes I've been getting. It warms my heart. And big shout out to my daughter, Zoe Troy Rawlings. She's now 14 and she is the reason I am a father. And thank you, Zoe, for existing. Yes, Paris, but near Versailles. So what time is it over there? Time. Versailles. Oh, so you guys are. So 10 is 12 minus 3, 9. You 9 hours ahead, right? You're 9 hours ahead. So it's 7:53 p.m. there. Good evening to those in Paris and France right now. Paris, France. Those in Amsterdam. Yes. So it's good evening there, folks in Paris. All right, y'all. So the month of June, talking about self-love. Let me give you a working definition for self-love once again. Self-love, an appreciation for oneself that grows. I'm jamming. That grows from action supporting your physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Treat yourself with the same compassion, respect, and care you would a close friend. I took it even deeper. A relative, your child. Can you think about giving yourself the same love? I'm at the office right now, but I'm in Burbank. I am in Burbank. So I live right down the street. I'm at the office. Hey, what up, sis? Shout out to the folks in New York. It's about 1:54 p.m. in New York. Special Father's Day edition of Troy Rawlings Live. We're talking about love still. This is my little almost hour. I don't know if I'm doing 4 hour today, but we'll see how it go. Too hot? Yes. Working definition for self-love. Today we're talking about what is love. And some of you may have your own definition of what you think love is. I'm going to give you like a working definition. Then I'm going to give you what I think is the best definition I've ever seen of love. Wait 1 second. See if they have the quote. I have it written down somewhere, but it's hard to find it sometimes. I actually have a quote on my website. All right, I'm back. All right, one of the working definitions, and I'm going to break it down even more. For me, in general, when I talk about love, and they say there are different psychologically, and psychologists say there's different levels of love, the eros and all that. I believe all love stems from one type of love, unconditional love. So unconditional love means caring for someone's well-being and happiness without expecting anything in return. It is an active commitment to love someone in spite of their flaws or circumstances, free from strings and prerequisites. That's a good one. Let me give you that again. Unconditional love means caring for someone's well-being and happiness without expecting anything in return. It is an active commitment to love someone in spite of their flaws or circumstances, free from strings or prerequisites. It's a good one. Now, let me put that in the self-love format. Unconditional love for yourself means caring for yourself, for your well-being and happiness without expecting anything in return. It is an active commitment to love yourself in spite of your flaws and circumstances, free from strings and prerequisites. Because I believe until you are good on the self-love tip, you can't properly love people. We try, we do it. A lot of people love from what a capacity that we have, but I think coming into a certain knowledge of self and knowing that if it's like the thing on an airplane, that's the best definition on an airplane. You're on an airplane, they say before you try to help anybody else, put your oxygen mask on yourself. Because you can be helping. I got you. We all gonna die. You know, D-I, not die. But same thing with love. If you're not loving yourself properly, what are you giving out? I believe people tend to talk to themselves how we talk to everybody. I believe people talk to people outside of ourselves how we talk to ourselves. I think it's the same way with love. I think it's the same way with care. I think I can tell, like, I go into a certain spot or business or something. Yes, you have to love yourself first. And I had to learn this, especially even with my child. There's nothing on this planet more important to me than my daughter. Nothing. And to even realize that, oh, Troy, if you're not loving and caring for and taking care of yourself, you can't properly pour that into your daughter. What is she really feeling? And same with relationships. Some of us are trying to live relationships and we emptied in a mug. Empty. You try, and then when the breakdown comes, you're like, I've given all I can. I don't have anything else to give. Because you're not loving yourself. You're not supposed to give everything you got and you ain't got nothing. That was a coffee pause. You ain't supposed to give. So, you feel me? So, core pillars, no expectations. You love freely without requiring specific behaviors, reciprocal affection, or rewards. Now, this is hard. Now, mind you, this is not talking about, oh, let me go back. That was from Healthline. Healthline, this unconditional love definition that I'm working on is from Healthline online. I like to give props to the people. If I'm going on Google and searching certain things, I'm using it in this form. I like to make sure I'm giving props to everybody who actually put it online. So this is not AI. This is real life. This is real life, baby. Okay. So, thank you, Kree. So, no expectations. Now, mind you, as I'm talking, I want you to first start doing this with yourself, because a lot of us can't do this. We're saying, oh yeah, this is how I want to do. This is how I want to go. I was about to say, sometimes when I go into a business, if I'm helping a friend with a business, managing a business, if I'm helping someone clean their storage, help them move, this, that, and other, I'm doing it with the same care and compassion I would my own stuff. I'm learning to love that way too. If I'm giving someone love, affection, just do it unconditionally. I always talk about, you always hear me say, I have so many wonderful friends. God has blessed me with a lot of wonderful friends. In the place of family, I got great family, the ones that's still around, but so many people in my family have passed on. Mom, dad, my Aunt Joyce, all of that. God places you in families. He puts the solitary in families. And I've just been blessed like that. I don't have it. Some people like, I did this. I put myself up by my own bootstraps. It was me. It was all me. It was me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. And he was like, are you singing Beyonce? So, so that's not my story. So learning how to love the people around you and properly do it to the point where you can see it. And I'll talk about that reflection plus, but the core pillars, talking about unconditional love. You just tuned in and hey, what's going on? We still talking about self-love, but I'm giving definitions for love, because I don't think if we don't have a proper definition of what love is, the verb, because we're talking about love as a verb, not the state of being like a noun. We're talking about love as a verb, how you work it, like love, faith, hope. Love, faith, and hope, those three things. And I'll get into this cool cat named the Apostle Paul, who did biblical writings and scriptures. If you know anything about scripture, you've heard about Apostle Paul. But it's just the working definition of love. The best definition is the one he gave to me. It's in the biblical scripture in 1 Corinthians 13. I think it's the best statement. And this was a cat that hated Christians, that hated people that followed Christ, because Christians weren't the word back then. He hated people that followed Christ and he thought he was doing his proper job as a scholar, as a leader, as a religious head, and all this other stuff he was. So he thought he was doing the right thing, and he had them killed. Then he bumped into Jesus on the road to Damascus. It's a whole story. You can look it up. Went blind. God spoke to him. Paul, get your life straight. And Paul goes on this crusade, trying to go back to the people and talking about, and of course nobody trusted him because he was killing them. That's my paraphrase. Everybody looking at him like it. So much so that even some of the disciples and people around, they didn't mess with. You'll never hear about the two coming. They didn't mess with Paul because he's like, that guy was killing. He had my friend killed. What do you mean he's changed? Deep. But this guy goes on to give one of the best definitions of love that I think I've ever. Ruby D is close, but he came before Ruby D. So I'll if I can find it on here, I know it's somewhere on my database. It's actually on my, stay tuned for my new website. It's coming up, but it's on my new website. Okay. So, unconditional love. We're talking about unconditional love. Definition of love. We're giving a good definition of love. We're giving some working definitions of love so you understand what love is. Active commitment. It is a daily choice to act with compassion rather than just fleeting emotional feeling. It is a daily choice to act with compassion rather than just fleeting emotional feeling. It's not about infatuation. B News, what up, B? It's not about infatuation. Love is not about, oh, I feel. It's actually an active doing it. Like I said, love is a verb. We're giving a working definition for love. And of course, the next 52 weeks, we're talking about love. This month of June, we're talking about self-love. If you're just tuning in, but it's an active commitment. Now, I'm saying as I'm giving you these, and if you're taking notes and go back and take notes, put yourself in the place of it when it says someone. So, active commitment. Thank you. Happy Father's Day. Thank you. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, too. It is a daily choice to act with compassion toward myself, toward yourself, rather than just a fleeting emotional feeling. I feel good about me today. I feel good. And somebody say something bad about you. It's like, I know I did that. I'm such a dirty. I'm such a dirty. Hopefully you're not whispering that to yourself in the quarter. I'm such a dirty. I need to wash. If you need to wash up, wash up. If you can smell yourself because you've been sitting around the house and you're kind of depressed, first thing to do if you want to get rid of depression, wash your hands. And under your arms and everything else. Men, if you have a bald head and you got the George Jefferson on the side, like I have a hat on if I don't usually shave, but I can actually shave every day. But when you get something about getting a bald head, and I leave a little bit of the gray on because it's Father's Day, and I wanted a little bit of elderly looking. Little elder lookingness. Brush your teeth, clean your breath, get drink some water, take a walk around the block. You'll feel better about yourself. But wash your hands. Okay. PSA. If you understand French, that's French like Cree socks. No, it's not French. It's not French. It's English. Just do it. Shout out to Nike. All right. We're talking about love this morning. Core pillars: no expectations. You love freely. You love yourself freely without requiring specific behaviors, reciprocal affection, or rewards. Active commitment. It is a daily choice to act with compassion towards yourself. We're talking about self-love first, rather than just a fleeting emotional feeling. Acceptance. You see your flaws and imperfections, but choose to value them as a whole human being anyway. But choose to value yourself as a whole human being anyway. Now I'm replacing like you see a person's flaws and imperfections, but choose to value them. I'm putting us in that place so we can activate self-love before it goes out. So acceptance. You see your flaws and imperfections, but choose to value yourself as a whole human being anyway. Meaning, what this means is that we all have flaws and imperfections, but that's a part of this total thing. You hear people say, and I've heard different people say it before, think about, depending what kind of cake you're making, if you're making a Niecy Payne, what's going on? We talking about love this morning. We talking about love specifically, but then breaking it down into the fragments of loving ourselves. So we, instead of putting someone else in there, we're putting ourselves in there. We're talking about the base of what is love. And I'm starting from unconditional love because I believe all love is supposed to be unconditional. Thank you. Accepting your flaws and imperfections is one of the hardest things to do. I talked about, let me see if I can pull this up. So, and I want to mention this because I'm going to get into one of the best definition I've seen of love is the one in 1 Corinthians 13. It's a Bible scripture. This is not a religious broadcast, but a lot of my studies years ago was in the Bible and scriptures and things like that outside of some of my first studies before I delved deep, maybe 22 years ago, in studying love and relationships and stuff like that. Some of my first studies were about, now mind you, I don't have a degree. I don't have my degree yet. I heard y'all a couple weeks ago when you told me about some of the courses I should be taking because I talk. Thank you. I appreciate you. I write books. Shout out to my media partners, Sheen Magazine. I write a relationship article in Sheen Magazine called Dear Troy. Actually it's on Stands Now. The May-June edition is on Stands Now. You can see my Dear Troy article in there. Fun, loving. I'm a book author. I also write a erotic series with my writing partner Yonder. Big shout out to Yonder. Yonder's actually one that got me started as a published author and writer. He's the one that said, yo, you can write. Let's get it cracking. I have a book called Butt Naked Honest, Conversational Foreplay for Dating. If you DM me, I'll send you an ebook, a copy of it. You DM me from this, hey, I saw you on the broadcast. I want my ebook. I haven't gotten one yet. I don't care if you're in a relationship, single, married for 40 years. It's something in there for everybody. But I write. I'm a journalist. I've been doing a sex, love, relationship, comedy-based tour for about 22 years. Gee, me, Christmas. I am 51 now. Lord, time? Come on, time. Okay. I say all that to say that I'm just a guy who studies about love and relationships and love talking about it. One of my missions in life is to help men and women communicate better in love. So this platform is a great place to do it. Everybody's talking about different things. We can see a lot of negative stuff. We can see a lot of stuff that it's fun, but it's not edifying. Let's talk about some edification. Okay. So today I'm giving a working definition of love because the whole month of June I've been talking about self-love. But I thought about it. I was like, man, I'm talking about self-love, but some people don't know what love is, the verb. And I say the verb because you have to activate it. It's like faith and hope. And Paul was probably one of the first people. Let me tell you who Paul is because we're going to talk about it. Ebook, yes. Amazon and newsstands. Thank you. Do you got the ebook? Did I send you the ebook? Love is difficult. Love is very difficult. And I'll get into that in a little bit. See, that's why I need an hour because I get the gab in my tongue. And this is all month, so we're gonna be rocking. But let me give y'all a quick, even though I'm gonna go into it a little bit later. No, I'll do that later. Let me finish this part. Let's finish about not yet. All right, DM me. Oh shoot. I'm sorry. I'm just rolling. I ain't even putting nothing down here for y'all. I'm sorry. And good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. It is 11:12 a.m. here in Los Angeles. It is 2:12 p.m. on the East Coast. It is probably 8:12 p.m. in Paris, where some of my people are tuned in from, and all those folks who are 9 hours ahead. .com. Here's my ebook information. So if you DM me. Love a lot. I like that. Are you ready to love a lot? Yes, I am ready to love. I'm ready. And as soon as I get offline, I'll see your email, I'll see your DM, and I'll send it to y'all. Okay? So if you're getting this later and you email me or you DM me, I'll send you a copy of the ebook immediately. And what I'm doing with that, everybody gets a copy of it. I'm registering you like in my digital book club because we got some more books. We got some other stuff to talk about, and we go deeper and deeper. And when the conferences and the tours, and V, if you're still in Vegas, I'm going to be in Vegas. We setting up to come to Vegas. And C. Reggie, shout out to my guy C. Reggie in Vegas too. We're going to do some stuff. I love this. Jennifer Hunt, thank you for my merch. And shout out to all my sponsors. All my sponsors and business people I work with, you'll see them in the information below. But welcome everybody if you're just tuning in. We're talking about love. We're talking about unconditional love today, but we're talking about unconditional love of self first so that you could properly love. So we're talking about the core pillars of unconditional love. We said no expectations, active commitment to yourself with compassion, accepting your flaws and imperfections, knowing it's a part of you being a whole person. I was saying about when you're baking a cake or some cupcakes a little sweeter, but there's only, out of all the butter, the milk, the baking soda, baking powder, See, I don't bake, so I don't know if we need baking soda or baking powder. Baking powder, I don't know which one it is. You can tell me, all the bakers, do we do, in cake, do we do baking soda or baking powder? Or do we do both? Salt, the flour, sugar. It's only like one, and depending on what else you're putting in the cake, one, maybe two things out of the 8 ingredients in the cake that are sweet. So the makeup of you, if you put it in that sense, and you still baking in the oven, because we ain't done. He ain't done with me yet. If you still, in that sense, you're going to have your flaws and imperfections. But if you can look at yourself and give yourself compassion that it's a part of the whole part of me, you're going to be in a much better place. Okay? Forgiveness. It involves a willingness to move past mistakes, past your mistakes, without keeping score or holding grudges toward yourself. Troy, what do you mean holding grudges toward yourself? Man, I messed that up, man. I'm telling you. I talk about my friend a lot, and if he looks back at these, he's like, man, you use me a lot. I won't mention your name. But he was in a long-term relationship. His wife passed away. And they were together almost 20 years. And one day we were sitting down, he was like, yeah, I wish I could have just been more loving. I said, stop that. Now, initially when he was saying it, I was just hearing it. But years later, after she passed, I said, man, you got to stop that. You did the best you could as the human you are. And you cared for this person as they were dying from cancer. You did the best you knew to do at the time. We know better, we do better. On this side of things, if you're learning to do better, just do better. But we destroy ourselves over things we've done wrong, bad choices, bad decisions. I won't even say mistakes. I'll say bad choices. We destroy ourselves over things that have nothing to do with us, that it wasn't our fault. Now, like Jack Canfield talks about 100% responsibility, and I believe that's very important, to be able to take 100% responsibility of your life going forward. I was molested, I was raped, you understand, I was abused, yes, but that's not your fault. We have to forgive ourselves for the things that are not our fault too, because we hold a lot of that stuff. We hold a lot of it. Now, our responsibility moving forward is how we choose to move forward. Either you can choose to let that slow you down, or let that be a springboard for whatever's next in your life. So forgiving yourself is so important, because everybody wants to blame us. Somebody's out there hating and accusing you right now for something. You might not have seen the person. You might not even know the person. Online? Whew. I remember moving here, and shout out, because I'm really cool with the brother who said it. I remember moving here to Los Angeles from Baltimore. Shout out to Tony Spires. Tony Spires, manager of comedy veteran, Don D.C. Carey, and so many others. He does the Bay Area Black Comedy Competition. Me and Tony Spires ended up meeting because I was working with my man Antoine. I started producing comedy shows. I produced live shows and events for years. And I'm in my man Antoine. I'm producing a comedy show with him. And I'm getting the artists, and I'm talking to Tony Spires, and he's like, man, Don's road manager is hurt, and he's talking to me on the phone. Make sure somebody get to the airport and pick him up, and I just want to make sure he's good. I say, man, he's in the car. And I wanted to make sure he's good. And we became cool. And when I moved to California, he was giving me some pointers. He was talking about different comedians that I should connect with and people like that. And when it was time, when I was doing background work and some other stuff, I said, Tony, I think it's time. I think I want to start doing my comedy now. I was trying to get my feet wet to see what's going on, but I'm fiending for the stage. He said, good, I got something planned. I need a good comedian to host at the Comedy Union. Shout out to Enns, owner of the Comedy Union, classic spot. And I know you got something up your sleeve, Enns. I don't know what it is, but you're doing your thing. But I remember saying to him that I'm ready to do this comedy thing. And he was like, me and my wife ain't really looking to manage anybody, but we know you grind. You're gonna grind. So yeah, and it was just great, because it was a great springboard for me to host the union and get my feet wet and get in front of him. This one brother was like, man, he saw my face. He said, man, you're really cool. The night, shout out to Ocean. It was Ocean. I think it was Ocean. Shout out to Ocean, my man Ocean. He said, "You really cool." I said, "Thank you, brother." We backstage, like I'm going on stage. He said, "Yeah, we thought you was stuck up." I said, "We? Who? I'm just meeting you." What? I said, "How?" He said, "Your flyer." Like he was the man. I said, "It's a flyer. It's supposed to promote me." But it's funny. I laugh about it. We laughed about it. Even that night we laughed about it. But perception. There may be somebody hating you right now that's never met you. You know how many people probably hate me that's never met me? I was talking to this young lady and he told me a person she was friends with didn't like me because of stuff they heard about me. Never met me. Never met me. For somebody out there that's going through something right now, remember there's 3 sides to every story. Your side, the other person's side, and the truth. So, but there's going to be people that hate you just because they're haters. Or they heard something, it's like, I don't like that. So let me move on because I was about to get a whole nother thing. I was about to say, for those that are in relationships and you and your partner going through stuff, be careful what you tell your friends. I've been on both sides of this. Be careful what you tell your friends because you and your partner may work it out. But now your friend looking at them, and women, y'all do it all the time too. Guys too. Your friend looking at them like, "Oh, hey, everybody. Oh, she here?" Like, calm down. Yeah, I bought her. Yeah. Okay. Oh, or your girlfriend. Oh, I see. You bought. I hate using names, but I love the name Earl. Shout out to my friends that name Earl, but I love using the name Earl. Okay. Oh, you bought Earl with you? Girl, don't say nothing. Okay, I'm just saying. I thought y'all wasn't together no more. Well, I heard what he did. Now your friend's upset with you. So be mindful. Y'all might work it out. And your friend's sitting there like, "I don't know, is it? I mean, I don't know. You said, after you said he did that, I don't know if I'd still be with him." Okay. What unconditional love is not? What unconditional love is not? So, because some people will hear the definition of love and say, "Oh, that's a lot. That's like you putting somebody in a different." No. While it sounds purely ideal, and shout out to Healthline. This is from Healthline. Next one is from Faith Gateway store. While it sounds purely idealistic, true unconditional love is healthy only when balanced with respect. That's for yourself first and the others. Respect. Experts and psychologists emphasize that unconditional love does not mean tolerating abuse. Forgiveness and love should never come at the cost of your own safety or well-being. This is from the outside in, but also to yourself. You shouldn't even be abusing yourself. And abusing yourself, when you talk about unforgiveness of yourself or badgering yourself for something you did wrong, that's abuse, y'all. That's abuse to yourself. And if you do that to yourself, or if you allow someone to say, "You ain't this, you ain't that," some of y'all heard it at a young age from a parent. And I'm telling you, that's why it's so important to get up in this mirror, the mirror you got, look in that mirror and say, "You are beautiful, you are wonderful, I love you, you're doing an awesome job, keep doing what you're doing, you look good, you smell good, make love good," as James Brown was saying. James Brown. I gotta if I can't make me laugh, I'm gonna make y'all laugh. If I can't make me laugh, look in the mirror. I love you. You're wonderful. You're doing a great job. You're going to have a great day today. Good things are happening to you. Even if it's something like, "I love you, Troy Rawlings. You're doing great." Insert your name. Look in this mirror. The reason you got to look in the mirror is because some of us have stuff that happened when we were 5, 6, 7. Somebody said you ugly. And a little girl or boy said you was ugly. "Oh, you're ugly. You should never smile again." And ever since then, you be in pictures like, somebody make you laugh. You're gonna pass gas and pass out. Open your mouth and laugh. Stop it. Why are your teeth so much? I know somebody now. I know people that don't smile in any pictures. Because they don't like the way the smile looks. I don't know if you need to get your teeth together, is that another, or you don't, but don't smile it's like a grimace. I know a sister that didn't smile in her wedding pictures. because she didn't like her smile. I'm telling y'all, you have to look in this mirror and say, you doing all right. Even if you can't smile at first. You got a beautiful smile. Sorry. But seriously, I'm serious. Stop. I'm serious. You got a beautiful look. If you look at my older pictures when I was a kid, I thought it was a great smile. This is a true story. I was in middle school. That's how Laurel and Hardy, which one, I don't know which one, the skinny one was it? Bright eyes, big smile. And it was a little girl in middle school. And she said, your teeth are so beautiful when you smile. And that's how she said it too. I think it was at Bedford. Boy, as soon as she said it, I was like, ever since. Actually, it was elementary school. I was in 5th grade. As soon as and I might have heard it before, but I recognized that because when that little girl said it, I was like, who are you? And I'm walking around like the Joker the rest of it. George, that's why I'm like, compliment yourself. Get used to hearing compliments because some of us don't have a background where we're used to hearing it. So looking in that mirror and compliment yourself. I love you. You're doing great. You're doing an awesome job. Guess what? The 5-year-old is still in you. The 9-year-old is still in you. That 16-year-old is still in you. I'm 51. Been through a lot. I love me some me though. It is the thing that keeps you going when hard times hit. It is the thing that keeps you going when you feel like you've done wrong or you've been done wrong, or it's one of the things that keep you going. All right. Having no boundaries. You can love someone deeply while still holding them accountable for harmful actions. This includes you too. You do something wrong, you can love yourself and make sure you're handling your business. And I got friends that love me. They love me. I ain't done everything right, and vice versa. Or vice versa. Is it versa or verse? Vice versa, right? Oh, I ain't got my own. I don't use the correct English all the time. And I write. I'm published. Shout out to my other media sponsor, Reach LA Angels as well. Let me give a shout out to some of these businesses real quick. Flamin' Pasta, LA, Los Angeles. Treat yourself today. I don't know if y'all open on Sundays or not. Milton Breeze. Get your dance on, fellas. You go learn hand dance. If you're in the DMV, go holler at Milton Breeze. Barbara Solomon, she's going to be on this, giving her 5-minute segment on the hour-long morning edition. We're going to get her in. I don't know when, but soon. She's an amazing author, griot, former dancer. She still dances, actually. But her book, her children's book, it's amazing about the African diaspora, blackness. Beautiful. Coffee table books. She called them children's books. I was like, I need this on my coffee tables. Steel City Cigars. Big shout out to my man Tony Rawlings. Bad Juju Golf. I'm getting my Bad Juju Golf body ready because the gear is amazing. Shout out to Eddie Arnold because I don't remember last time I had a 32 waist, y'all. I'm sorry. I used to work at Eddie Bauer and the Lodge and places like that. I remember going in some of these places I go in now. I'm glad they have like 38s now. 36, 32, sometimes 36, 34 if I want to cuff it. 32 waist. Oh, sorry. Lynn Connor, Destiny Over Drama, Tasty W's. Big shout out to my guy Paul Liu, just coming on board. We're going to interview Paul Liu. He got some good stuff about a whole nother type of real estate we need to be mindful of, especially of us as of a certain age. All right, that's enough. All right. Ignoring. All right, we talked about boundaries, making sure you have boundaries. Ignoring your own needs, you and outward. A healthy, loving dynamic requires mutual care and a realistic understanding of human limits. To yourself, too. Mutual care. And mind you, doing it, I've talked to people and friends and stuff. Hey, it's good to work. We got to work. Gonna make the money. Got to do what you got to do. It's going to sound weird. I know some of y'all take your job home. It's not an easy job. But if you're working 7 days a week and you haven't taken vacation in the past 6, 9, 12 months, you're going to burn out. Something's going to happen. If you're working 10, 12, 15 hours a day, even entrepreneurs, because people say, when you sleep? I sleep. I got to, especially at this age. I sleep. And I have an amazing doctor, Dr. Charles Sai. And, Eastern medicine, he's a Chinese doctor. But first thing he asks, why he holding my pulse? How much sleep you get? And he can look at my eyes and look at my skin. And I can tell when I'm getting sleep, when I'm not, or when I'm pushing it too far. Check the bags under your eyes. My bags are a little light now, so that means I'm getting good. I got some hydration going. Got my water. Trying to back off the sugar. Easy. If I'm trying to do more natural sugars. Trying to make sure I'm getting my greens in. People are like, how you look so good? I'm walking, water, and rest at the beginning. The other stuff, for adults to know. So, no. All right, y'all. Let's wrap this up so I don't keep y'all too long. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about love. The whole month of June, I'm talking about self-love. Troy Rawlings. My mission is to help men and women communicate better in love. And I'm just giving y'all pieces of what I give myself and why I write my books, why I do different things, why I do the articles, why what I do on stage when I'm doing my comedy, why I drift into talking about relationships and love. I don't believe in a battle of the sexes. Bullshit. BS. It's one of my next books too. But all right, y'all. That's unconditional love. And I'll break this part down because, like I said, this is one of the best definitions of love. But if you're not a person that's ever read the Bible, there's a lot of people that haven't. If you don't follow scriptures, you may be agnostic or atheist or anything like that. But this was a guy that really lived. So the Apostle Paul, originally known as Paul of Tarsus, was a first century Roman citizen and a devout Jewish Pharisee leader, who became the most influential early Christian missionary. After miraculous conversion on the road to Damascus, he dedicated his life to spreading the gospel throughout the Roman Empire. This is his background. He was born in Tarsus. Which is Turkey now. He was born in Turkey. Into a Jewish family. He also held prized Roman citizenship by birth. He was a tent maker by trade. He made tents. I didn't know Paul was a house maker, actually, because that's back then. And I guess that was a getaway house. It's not the normal tent. It's not like the little tents they sell at was the REI, was the store. And that was KurtWillems.com. Early life, he was originally a fierce persecutor of the early Christian church, of the people that followed Jesus. That's a sorrowful praise. Conversion, he dramatically converted to Christianity after a transformative vision of the resurrected Jesus on the road to Damascus. His life's work, known as the Apostle to the Gentiles, he traveled extensively throughout Asia Minor and Europe, planning numerous churches and shaping early Christian theology. New Testament, right? He authored 13 of the 14, depending on the scholarly rate, of the epistles in the New Testament, which provided the foundational teachings of grace, faith, and church organization. He was died in Rome. He was killed in Rome. Paul is widely considered one of the most important figures in the history of Christianity. He was instrumental in defining salvation through faith, all that good stuff. So this cat, first century Roman citizen, Pharisee, one of the rulers, highly educated, bunch of different languages, he just all that. So I talk about this guy because this is the guy that to me gave the best definition of love, and it's in the Bible. If you go in the Bible app or anything like that, this for me is the best definition of love that I've heard anywhere. This is just my opinion. So in 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4, it talks about saying, and it's been, I did a study, I did like a deep dive years ago, that was helping me just be more forgiving, just outwardly and inwardly. But these are the attributes, and these are the things that I want you to think about when you work your definition of love. I think they're the best attributes. So 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4, he says, and this is just a common English Bible version. There's so many versions of the Bible. It's crazy. Like a lot of the guys out there are using the Message Bible now. I was trying to look up the guy that did it. The guy who did it is still living now. It's a new Message Bible a lot of the people teach from, because the translations are the translations eventually. You know, if it leads to us living better and loving better, I'm down with it. So love is patient. One of the first attributes of love, if you're taking notes, we're talking about the verb, how to do it, not the noun of a feeling. Love is patience. And we're talking about self-love. So being more patient with yourself. Love is kind, being kind to yourself. If you start with yourself, it's easy to go to others. Love is not jealous. I don't know how you can be jealous of yourself. But I do know how some people think they don't deserve the next thing. They may talk about it. Oh man, if this person was like this, if that person was like that, oh, I'd like this and I like that. Why can't they be like that? Why don't you go and get what you say you like? Oh, yeah, maybe. Why don't you go and get what you say you like? This old car, I need a new car. Well, you work a job 6 days a week. You're making great money. Why don't you go into the car? I don't know if you don't know if you deserve it. You don't know if you can afford it. What? You pissed off about your car. I don't know why I'm with this person. I don't know why you're with him either. Why don't you get out of the relationship? Well, you know. But you talk about them horribly every day. Stop. I don't care what you say your commitment is. If you talk about somebody every day like you don't like them, stop. They're not supposed to be in your life. Stop. I don't care who it is. Okay, I'm sorry. It's going on a tangent. Okay. It doesn't brag or boast or be, it's talking about bragging in the sense that you're hurting someone else's feelings, that you're not being empathetic. It isn't arrogant. It's talking about arrogance in the way of treating people bad or treating yourself bad. It isn't rude. It doesn't seek its own advantage. It isn't irritable. I like that. Love isn't irritable. Love doesn't nag. Not all the time. Sometimes you need a good nagging. Sometimes you need your mom, your dad, your loved one to get you off your butt. I remember Magic Johnson talks about after he retired from basketball. Not only did he retire from basketball, but Magic found out he had an HIV diagnosis. So he just wanted to lay on the couch and die pretty much. And he said his wife came and said, you got to get off this couch. You got to get together. Because I ain't going to die with you. Come on. What we doing? To look at Magic's life then in the early 90s when he made the announcement, and now he almost looks healthier than he did after playing basketball. He's a billionaire. Just because somebody said get your butt up in a loving manner, that's not unloving. That's a loving. That's something that helps pump us up. All right, and I'll get ready to get out of here because I think I'm going over my hour. But this is just, this is a good one. You can share this. This is once again my perspective. This is what you're here for if you're looking. Where was I? Love is patient, love is kind, it isn't jealous, just the English version. It isn't jealous, it doesn't brag, it isn't arrogant, it isn't rude, it doesn't seek its own advantage. You're not taking advantage of people for your own gain. Not purposely. Accidental and bad decisions and stuff like that is one thing, but you're not taking advantage of people on purpose. It isn't irritable. I love that one. It doesn't keep record of complaints. Another definition said it doesn't hold on to wrongdoings. When I was going through this thing originally and was trying to do each thing, one thing daily or just study it, not holding on to wrongdoings is one of the hardest things for us to do for ourselves, especially for other people. If you can't do it for yourself, you're definitely not going to do it for other people. not holding on to wrongdoings, or not keeping record of complaints, not just to bring something back up that someone did after you said you forgave them, or moving forward. It's not saying you forget, because we're not God. We can't just throw it away. But love helps us move forward. There's some phenomenal men and women that have moved forward in relationships with their spouse or parents. There's this evangelist named Joyce Meyer, for those who don't know who she is. But one of her biggest testimonies in life is that her father abused her as long as she could, sexually abuse her as long as she could remember. It's made up in a part of her makeup, her personality, kind of starched, kind of hard, kind of funny, but but she's got a hard edge to her. Later in life, she ends up taking care of this man. Love take his fool to learn that love don't love nobody. Love is gangster. Now, sex. There's two main reasons for sex by the Creator. Have kids and to draw two people closer together. Everything else is fun and have that. But if you with somebody, it's like, it's complicated. It's usually not. You having sex with somebody that you ain't into anymore, or they just there, or just it's complicated. That's what it is. That's the complication, because it's drawing you two together. If you don't say you don't like the person, y'all still having sex, making love, it's meant to draw you close together. It's easy. It's a simple definition of sex. That's easy. Love is a many, splendid, complicated thing, because love doesn't care about your feelings. When you really love somebody, you find yourself in a position of getting hurt. Sacrifice hurts. Love involves pain. I remember telling my daughter one time, she said, yeah, love, but why does it hurt? I said, love hurts, baby. What's the greatest example of love? She was like, I don't know. I was like, Jesus died on the cross. Don't you think that hurt? That's supposedly Jesus died on the cross for all of us. That's the biggest thing of love. What's the next closest thing? A woman giving birth? Or you can reverse the two. I don't know. You don't think that's painful? Natural childbirth? I mean, I've seen women healed who had C-sections and had the epidural and all that stuff, but natural childbirth? If you ask a woman the greatest pain she ever had in life, usually she refers to that. And we have, us guys, father, thank God for fathers, but thank God for mothers. And some of y'all mother fathers. Okay. That is a Red Fox joke. It isn't happy with injustice. Love isn't happy with injustice. It doesn't celebrate an injustice. But it is happy with the truth. Love puts up with all things, trusts in all things, hopes for all things, endures all things. Love never fails. He goes on to say, as for prophecies, they will be brought to an end. As for tongues and all the spiritual stuff, they will stop. As for knowledge, it will be brought to an end. We know in part, and we prophesy in part, but when the perfect comes, what is partial will be an end. And this is a quote I want to say, because a lot of people quote this thing and they don't realize where it came from. A lot of men quoted, people in church quoted. When I was a child, I did childish things, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Okay, it's talking about love. When I was a child, I used to speak like a child, reason like a child, and think like a child. But now that I have become a man, I've put an end to childish things. Now we see in a reflection in the mirror, then we will see face to face. I want to go on to say this. Now, faith, hope, and love remain. These three things. And the greatest is love. Faith, hope, and love. One common thread they have is that they're all actions. If you don't put faith, hope, in love and action, if it's not working, if you're not doing it, they don't exist. So that's the thing about love. And for me, this is the greatest definition of love. 1 Corinthians 13. You go a deeper dive on your own if you read biblical stuff, or you can read other things. But all of those kind of go back to this, and those attributes about love, if we implement them in our lives, does phenomenal things. So that's just a working breakdown of concept of love, some points, and just my perspective on it. And the reason I wanted to hit on it is, as in the month of June, we're talking about self-love. If you don't know what love is, it's hard to implement it in your own life before you even pour it out to someone else. All right? That's it. That's all I got right now. It's Father's Day. I got some stuff to do. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Zoe Troy Rawlings, I love you with all my heart, mind, and soul. I will see you soon. Love you. And that's about it. Love y'all. God bless. Peace. One love.